When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is game time for talented. Game time for talented. Game time for talented. It's hot now. It's hot now. Let's go. It's hot. We ready. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. It's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm telling you, step on the field, man. That's who I did. I step on the field. I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. For talented. Game time for talented. Game time for talented. Game time for talented. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Oh, no, this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, and oh, my gosh. I just saw a memory from 4 years ago, and, boy, I was a big boy. I was a big – look at that guy and look at this guy. I mean, wow. Amazing, huh? Yeah, man, I was probably 40 pounds bigger back then. So anyway, it's the lunch break. It's Media Monday, and did we have some sports this weekend? Did we have some sports this week? Did you watch sports this weekend, or what did you do? I want to know, because, man, I tell you what, I enjoyed the World Series. I enjoyed college football, particularly the Big Ten. Man, that Indiana-Penn State game was the business. And they got it wrong. Let me go ahead and get that out there right now. They got it wrong. It should not have been a 2-point conversion. He and the ball touched out of bounds before the ball touched the pylon. I've got a huge picture of it up on my Twitter account, Lunch Break KYOK, at Lunch Break KYOK. Check it out, and the results are in. So, but I'm not mad at him, because it was a heck of a play. And I'm going to say this when Willy Gibson joins us. Willy Gibson is going to be joining us today, kind of in place of David Grubb. Okay, I thought I sent him the link, but let me send it again. Hang on, Willy. Copy, blank, paste, and bang. Come on in, Willy. When I sent him the link through one service, and it didn't get into him. So anyway, he'll be in a second. But I said this to him over the weekend. I'm not impressed with Alabama. I'm not impressed with Clemson. I'm not impressed with the Alabama-Clemson Invitational. I used to call it the Alabama Invitational, but they got left out of it last year, rightfully so. I'm not looking forward to the mythical college football playoffs when it's going to be Alabama. It's going to be Indiana. I mean, not Indiana. It's going to be Alabama. It's going to be Clemson and whoever else they decide to let in. I'm not interested in that. I know. I got big Bama fans out there, Mike Riggins. I got big Bama fans out there, AK over at Hank's Crab Shack off of Fry Road. She is a huge Alabama fan. But I'm sorry, I'm just not interested in it, and I don't think it's good for college football. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I just want you to get out and vote like your lives depend upon it. So he's here with us. He's a broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio, home of the Ohio State University, where they tore up Nebraska. They beat them like they stole something. I keep telling folks, they beat Nebraska like they went in that room in your mama's house, that one with the white carpet, the furniture under the plastic, and they got in that big display case that you ain't never seen a plate come out of there, you ain't never seen a cup come out of there, and you definitely don't climb up on top of it and get something off the top of it. They got whooped like that pretty much for me. So, hey, Willie, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, sir. How about you?
Hey, man, you see I'm a little amped up. I'm a little amped up.
A little bit. It's good. It's Monday.
Still playing injured. I got to take one for the team today.
No, you're hurt. You're in the game. You're hurt. Injured.
Okay, so which one is it? Do you play injured? You can't play injured, but you can play hurt. Which one is it?
Yeah, you play hurt, but if you're injured, you can't go.
You can't go. Okay, I'm hurt.
Yeah,
I'm hurt.
It's good. But you're in the game.
I think I'm the first guy to play hurt and injured. That's what I am.
Wow, that's real.
Yeah, man, I'm propped up. If I move a little bit too much, it's gonna be like, ouchie.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take better advice, man. My daughter got to me. My oldest daughter got to me. Like, Dad, you need to go to the doctor. I can't deny her. So guess what I'm doing?
Oh yeah, you gotta go.
And if they prod me, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. Like, you don't have to take blood to check my back.
Right.
You know, my temperature, my blood pressure. That's it. You stick a needle in me, we fighting.
You'll be fine.
Willie is like, you are the voice of reason. You are the dude on my right shoulder, bro. I'm telling you, man. Are you always like this? Have you always been this even keel?
Yeah. I mean, every now and again, it may be once or twice, you may take me out of myself, but for the most part, no.
I don't believe you. I don't believe. Willie, name one time that you lost your cool. One in the last.
Next question. We'll see. I mean,
last decade, Willie. I don't believe.
Last decade. You know what? I'll tell you a true story.
Okay.
It's sports related.
Okay.
I remember the Dallas-Seattle playoff game, and
yes.
Tony Romo, the slick ball, misses drops the ball. I went off literally for like an hour, just irate, unbelievable. How could they let this happen? We know I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. Present season notwithstanding, but I was irate, and then I came to myself, and I said, you know what? Wait a minute. Jerry writes me no checks. Yeah. I came to myself. Yeah.
Willie,
Jerry writes me no checks.
Not a check. You can't find a check stuff from Jerry Jones nowhere.
Not yet. But why am I tripping? And doing what we do, you're in the locker room and you see guys after a blowout. It's like, okay, where we're eating at, where we going post game.
That's the part that got me the first time I went into the locker room as a broadcast journalist, whatever, that I'm jacked up. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be tense in there as soon as we go in. Like, I'm scared to go in. And they're like, they playing their music. They bob into their headphones. They looking at their phones. They're getting ready to go take a shower. And they talking noise with each other. Like, yo, man, where we going to go eat? What's up later? Da-da-da. And I'm thinking, like, they're getting paid, not upset. I'm not getting paid for this.
Right.
And, Exactly. Willie, can I just have a minute of therapy with you? Can you be my therapist for a second?
Yeah, we'll do that. Dude,
I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
I have literally slammed doors so hard that they broke over a game. Wow. I've literally opened doors so hard that the handle put a hole in the. Like, I cannot tell you how many apartments I had where I had to patch it up before I got out of there, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Until the first time that I broke a television, and my mama said, well, I don't know what you're going to do now.
Wow.
I know. And can I tell you who it was over?
Yeah,
You're not going to believe this.
Go ahead.
Notre Dame.
Wow.
Under loopholes.
I'd say back Tony Rice days. Tony Rice.
Oh, my God. Bruh. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Yeah. Wow. That's
All I'm telling you, man, I was a Notre Dame fan since before Joe Montana.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Come on now. I'm talking about Dan Devine. I'm talking about Aaron Parsegian.
Rudy.
I'm talking about, man. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I got a couple of nickels in my age, bro. So I'm
double nickel, double nickel in the Garden.
Bruh, listen, there wasn't a doubt in my mind I was going to go play football for Notre Dame. And when I tell you they didn't want me, they didn't look at me, they didn't know me. I know they didn't because when I applied to the school, I got put on a waiting list. I'm like, what in the world? Like, I didn't need to be on campus working out.
Yeah.
So you know what? You know how I feel about them now.
Oh, you can't stand them.
Please.
Can't stand them.
Please. And they're like the number 4 team in the country right now.
Yeah, don't pay attention to. You know what? Even with before this year, you don't pay attention to polls until the end of October. For what?
Anytime Notre Dame is in the top 5, it's a farce. Anytime Notre Dame is in the top 5, it's a farce. Let alone number 1 or number 2. It's
is it?
whenever they play in the bowl game, they're gonna lose by a lot.
Isn't Clemson there this week? Is that this weekend? I have to check.
So. That'll bring an end to all this nonsense.
I think it's this weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's. Yeah.
Hey, we got to take a quick break. We'll talk some sports, but I want to get in. Nobody else in the country south of Tennessee is talking about the Big Ten right now. Nobody south of Tennessee right now is talking about we're going to change that. We're going to change that when we come back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Media Monday.
Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher is standing with us for affordable health care, for public education, for making sure
Karen is on there telling all your business, bro.
It's why Mayor
What's
Turner
that?
Karen is on
Facebook
Facebook telling all your business. I
Leslie
want
Hunt
to say
stands
that.
with Donald Trump. Leslie Hunt wants to repeal Obamacare and deny insurance to people with pre-existing conditions. Vote Lizzie Fletcher for Congress.
I'm Lizzie Fletcher, candidate for Congress, and I approve.
You want some juice, man? You want the juice?
Nah, bro, I want that Aaron Pryor special, bro. I'm good. I want that Aaron Pryor, bro.
Your vote counts against you.
It's that Cincinnati special. I'm good.
If you want to fix our broken criminal justice system,
I got in the ring and just started singing happy birthday
to make it more accountable,
nobody.
you need to vote.
Yeah.
If you want to increase economic prosperity in the black community, you need to vote. If you want to protect the right to vote, you need to vote.
All right, I got a couple of these.
If you want more funding for our schools,
these commercials.
you need to vote.
Okay.
Voting does matter. If Black Lives Matter to you, you need to vote.
We have like a minute.
On October
yeah.
13th, on October 30th, election day is November 3rd. You need to vote. We all need to vote.
Karen, I'm just messing with
If
you.
you don't vote, it will matter.
Paid for by the Communications Workers of America, District 6. Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the Legal Helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please, call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The Legendary KYOK
we got one more.
1148
Okay.
and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio 1140 AM and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. It is our Media Monday. Here sitting in for David Grubb today is Willy Gibson, broadcaster journalist for the Columbus, Ohio area. Covers the Big Ten, covers the Cleveland Browns. We're definitely going to talk about them today. Breaking news coming in about Odell Beckham Jr. And then, and for a quarter or two, they was ready to get rid of Baker, and then dude went off. But Baker said, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years."
There it is.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. David was going to be on here. We're going to have a battle, like Roberta Flack and CC Winans, or like Monica and Brandy. It was going to be a battle, bro. It was going to be a battle. You and Grub were going to go at it because you talked about his Michigan Wolverines. You wasn't lying about that quarterback for Michigan. You were not lying about that quarterback for Michigan.
Yeah, Joe Milton, he's a guy, but let the record show I showed up. I'll say that. Let the record show I showed up.
Man, I can't even tell you what that dude had to do, bro. Can't put his business out there. Like Karen, yours out there. Hold on real quick. Karen said that, yes, he has. When I said, have you ever lost it? She said, yes, she has. And she said, your wife just laughs and goes upstairs.
Yeah, my wife, as far as sports, is, she knows.
I'm just, man, we got to give some love to our baby sister, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, from Listening with KNN, and she is now doing a show for the Washington football team, who is dancing in the streets. They break dancing out there, man. They done pulled out, the cardboard and the boom boxes and hit looking for the perfect beat. I mean, they beat the Dallas Cowboys like they stole something. What, 25-3 was that final score?
That was the final score. They beat a team from Dallas. I won't say it's the Dallas Cowboys. They beat the team. They beat the team.
No. They had the stars on the side of their head, just like the Dallas Cowboy football team.
They did.
And I don't want to say I told y'all so, but did I ask the question multiple times Friday? Could Dallas lose this game? Could Dallas actually lose this game? And I even said, you throw the records out when you play Washington and Dallas. And even though this isn't the old school Washington, Riggins and the Hogs and them cats, it's still a rivalry. I mean, it's still a rivalry. It's like New Orleans, Atlanta. Throw the records out. Yeah. This is one of those games where I don't care if we 1-0 or 0-1. You throw those records out. Washington came to play. Dallas, not so much. I know we're going to talk Big Ten, but what do you got to say about that game?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. Dallas, I don't know. Well, I do know. That is Jerry. It's the law of the lid. Jerry wants the credit. So he's going to continue to bring in coaches, personnel that will be quasi-successful. However, he still gets the credit. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Bill Parcells was there. Bill was turning the program around. He started getting credit. Jerry got him out of there. Jimmy Johnson is there. Jimmy wins 2 Super Bowls. They begin to credit Jimmy. Jerry gets him out of there. He brings in Barry Switzers. They win a 3rd. And see, it's me. And it's really not. They haven't been there since. This is year 25 since they've been to the Super Bowl. So until Jerry gets, and then now by extension, Steven gets beyond it has to be us. You have to give us the credit. You're going to continue to see things like this.
I just, you know what, and I know you're probably right. We got Willy Gibson joining us here on the Lunch Break Media Monday. I know you're probably right. I guess it's just hard for me to believe that, I'll say it, America's team would literally be run that way. And I guess I thought that maybe Jerry had matured. Steven was, the antithesis to his dad. But you may be right, man, because they literally pulled a Bill O'Brien. Hey, just give us Andy Dalton. We can win with that.
Yep.
And before Andy got hurt and looks like he's going to be out for a while in the concussion protocol, he stunk. I mean, he looked real bad. He looked like he was with the Bengals playing against the Texans. He could never beat his hometown team. Never. Like, he didn't even look like an NFL quarterback anytime he played against the Texans.
And not only that, you go back to the offseason, they let Byron Jones go. Byron Jones was their most consistent player in the secondary. Yep. And they made no attempt to re-sign him. He's in Miami now. Yep. So that's why the secondary is having the issues that they're having now. So
good players make up for a lot of bad teams' mistakes. Yep. And when you got people didn't realize that, I'm not going to have time to finish this thought before we break, but let me throw it out there first. People didn't realize how good Peyton Manning made the Indianapolis Colts offensively and defensively until they didn't have Peyton Manning. He never put the defense in real bad situations. Therefore, they didn't have to be great. They just had to be good enough. And he carried the offense. I know that he knew what every single player was supposed to do, even when they weren't the focus of the offense. I'll never forget when they had him kind of mic'd up and he dropped back to pass, and on his blind side, Dallas Clark missed the block, and he literally swore and said, "Darn it, Dallas." And he never turned around to see who was behind him. He felt the pressure, and he knew who it had to come from. Right. So you got to realize that those guys make the difference, and Byron Jones was one of those for the Cowboys. Let me take a quick break. We'll come back with more of Willy Gibson right here on the lunch break.
This is Commissioner Rodney Ellis, and here is my friend and our next vice president.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Kamala. When we vote, things change. When we vote, we address the need for all people to be treated with dignity and respect in our country.
Vote early, October 13th through the 30th, or on Election Day, November the 3rd. Please vote.
Paid for by First Tuesday PAC. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
All right, it's election time, which means political ads are everywhere. But there's a reason for that. This is important. We have a president who is a straight-up racist, who uses racist language and attacks to divide Americans against each other. We don't just need a new president, we need leaders who aren't afraid to stand up to Trump. But our senator, Republican John Cornyn, he votes with Donald Trump more than 95% of the time. So what do we do about it? We vote for Democrat MJ Hagar. MJ is a combat veteran and is a working mom who knows healthcare costs are out of control. She'll fight for affordable healthcare, cheaper prescription drug prices, and protect people with pre-existing conditions. And she's endorsed by President Obama. But most importantly, she's got the courage to stand up to Donald Trump. So vote. Vote Democrat. All the way down the ballot. And vote for Democrat MJ Hagar for U.S. Senate.
I'm MJ Hagar, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by MJ for Texas.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
Now is a great time to replace your worn-out windows during the Renewal by Andersen 25-year savings event. Upgrade your home today. Buy 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Plus, get 12 months with no interest, no money down, and no payments. Call now. Get 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Installation and warranty included. Renewal by Andersen takes every CDC-recommended safety precaution to protect your family. For 25 years, people have trusted us for their window replacement needs, and you can too. Call now to learn about our buy 4, get the 5th one free window replacement offer.
800-245-1537. 800-245-1537. 800-245-1537. That's 800-245-1537.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Media Monday. And again, I got Willy Gibson all the way from Columbus, Ohio. What's the weather like up there in Columbus?
It's a little cold, a little dreary. Yeah. I told you Thursday was 77, so I went out, got those sticks out.
Yeah, man, I saw you out there. I saw you out there. That was I was a little jelly, but
because I knew this was coming. Yeah,
I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm a little jelly. I mean, you don't want me to be jelly? What's up?
Nah, bro. No need. It's 52 today.
What's that mean? You get the sticks out again?
Nah, not today. It's 52. Nah.
My kids dropped a crazy idea of us getting together in Columbus for Thanksgiving. My older kids, and I thought, go hang out with my brother. I mean, I know he's probably gonna be with his family, but maybe we'll catch a warm day and pull those sticks out again. But
bro, pull up.
You say that, and I just feel no energy on the invitation.
Listen,
I feel no energy on the invitation whatsoever.
You know why? Because I'm checking to see that weekend. Ohio State. No, that's Illinois. Oh, they're on the road.
Man, you already know I can get us in that game. Where's it going to be?
They're on the road. It's on the road.
Okay. I was going to say, if it was in the stadium, I could get us in that game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Penn State was here. I'll be in the building this week, but it's up yonder, up that way. So we'll see.
All right, let's finish the Dallas thought for a second. Does Dallas make a move before trade deadline is what, this week?
Next Tuesday, week from 8 days. 8 days.
Why in the world does the NFL have a trade deadline on election day? What dumbness is that?
Well, it's mid-season. It's week 8. It's always the Tuesday of week 8. So that's what it is.
No ability whatsoever to say, because of probably one of the biggest elections in our lifetime, we're going to move the trade deadline to, I don't know, Wednesday, Monday, I don't know.
When has the NFL placated and moved anything for anything else?
You know what? It wasn't until I saw that movie about the brains with Will Smith that somebody said the NFL literally took Sunday from the church or something like that, from Jesus or something like that. That was profound. They literally own Sunday. I don't know, when did that happen?
I don't know, but yeah, it's always week 8. I mean, do I think Jerry's gonna make a move? I don't. What move is gonna stop 2 and 5?
Bruh, who's his backup quarterback again? Who's that guy that came in?
Oh, Ben DiNucci, the rookie from James Madison.
Ben who?
Yeah. At this point, what are they playing for? They're 2 and 5. But here's the thing.
They're a half game out of first place.
And let me tell you why they don't want to do that. They don't want to win this division. Let me tell you why. Right now, the season ends today at 2 and 5. Dallas has the 8th pick in the draft in 2021. If they win this division, and let's say they win the division and lose first round in the playoffs, that pick drops to 19.
Yeah.
Because you're a division winner, you're a playoff team. So do you want pick 8 or do you want to pick 19?
Listen, it's all foreign to me. I live in Houston. We don't value draft picks down here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we've had a first round pick since Jadeveon Clowney, and I'm probably, no, I take that back. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was the last first round draft pick the Texans had.
Right.
They don't pick before the 3rd round this year. They didn't pick before the 3rd round last year. So it's just a foreign concept to me. It makes sense. I don't know if Jerry and Steven are that smart. Are they?
They're intelligent. However, do they want to sit there and watch this? Or do you want to, I don't know, what's the term I'm looking for, panic and make a move that is short term, may bring you 1, maybe 2 more wins, but long term, how's that benefiting you? It's not. It's not. Well, because it's not just quarterback. It's not just quarterback on this team. Again, they're missing 3 offensive linemen, 2 out for the year. They're missing linebackers. They're missing defensive backs. This team is not. That's what I said earlier. It's not the Dallas Cowboys team that we thought we would be seeing week 1.
Right.
So no one move is going to do it.
I get that. In fact, I'm trying to find an article that I read earlier today. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. Let's see. McCarthy's upset that the Cowboys didn't confront Bostic. There's a whole lot of that going on in Dallas. Like, there are not a whole lot of, we're going to fight for this guy or we're going to defend our coach. Like, that locker room seems to not only be divided, it seems to be fractured.
I had a friend of mine tell me this years ago, former NFL player, and he said some people play for Sunday, some people play for Monday. Monday in the NFL is payday. So you go to that pay window, get your envelope. And I think there's a lot of guys on this Dallas Cowboy team that are playing for Monday right now. They're not worried about Sunday. They want to get to Monday, pick the envelope up, and go do what they do.
Yeah. Cody Benjamin, a guy who I've had on the show for CBS Sports, said that there's 3 trades worth considering with Cowboys quarterback status. Number 1 is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm. Why would Miami do that? Tua's great. He hasn't. First of all, Tua hasn't played yet, so we don't know what he's going to do. So why would you pull ripcord on your safety valve? What's the incentive for Miami to do that?
Okay, all right, I can agree with that. Number 2, Tyrod Taylor.
Again, 1, maybe 2 wins. Who are you putting? Okay, any quarterback. Who are you putting behind that makeshift offensive line?
Well, let me get to number 3 first. Houston's A.J. McCarron.
Again, see number 2. No pun intended.
He's a Bama boy. He's a Bama boy. He can play. He played at Bama. And according to Brent Musburger, which was real creepy when he first started doing it because the young lady was in college, he has a hot wife.
Next question. I'm not messing with that.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm not messing with
Are
that.
the Cowboys really going to ride through the rest of the season with Verducci?
No, they have Garrett Gilbert. I told you they signed him off the Browns practice squad. I told you.
God. That's the crazy part. See, I don't think Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones or anybody named Jones from that family sits and watches them go 2-14.
No, I don't say that at all. But I mean, I hate to minimize and belittle the injury. It's a concussion. Andy Dalton could be back in 2 to 3 weeks.
Could be back.
Yeah, they'll win. They'll win. But it's just what's the incentive to win this division is my question. They play Philly this week on Sunday night. Philly's leading the division at 2-4-1. So then DiNucci goes out there and let's say Philly wins. That's 3-4-1. Dallas is at 2-6. Game and a half back. I mean, I truly, you're right. I don't see Jerry sitting back and comfortably watching this, but I don't know the alternative.
Well, let's look at it from a different perspective. We've got Willy Gibson, broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio, joining us here on Media Monday. David Grubb had to tap out, personal business. He did get the house, by the way, for those who didn't hear me make that announcement the other day. Little baby talked him into it, twisted his arm, and Daddy made the right bid, got the house. All right. Can we look at the fact that whoever the GM, de facto GM is for Dallas, poorly prepared this team from a backup standpoint at the quarterback? There's no way in the world that they literally thought that they could win with Dak Prescott and Ben Verducci.
No, Andy Dalton was the number 2. That was he was the jewel of the free agency period as the backup quarterback. He's the best backup in the NFL, and he wasn't.
Okay,
it just didn't work.
But Andy Dalton, Dak, and Ben
DiNucci. Yep. Who thinks they're going to get to their number 3 quarterback?
We've done it here in Houston for a number of years.
Yeah, I mean that's an outlier. But you look at it, you go 1, maybe 2. Dak hadn't missed a start in his career.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I don't fault them for that. They had the number 2. They had the best number 2 in the league.
I want to.
I know you do. You got to keep it.
And you know who I want to blame for it? It's one of two people's fault. It's either Scott Frost's fault or it's Bill O'Brien's fault.
Man, real talk. Can we still in therapy? We doing this therapy thing?
No, not now.
No. All right, because I got a question. I got a question.
Add me. What? What's the question?
Man, what? For real, bro. With all due respect, Scott Frost take your girl back in the day, bro. What's the deal? What's the deal with Scott Frost?
Scott Frost couldn't take a girl that I gave him.
Keep it. Yeah. Just keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. What's the deal? What's the deal?
Man, seriously, all joking aside, when he got to bumping his gums, and I know he was talking to his base.
Yep.
You are the least important team next to Rutgers, and I hate to say it, Kelsey Nelson, Maryland, in the Big Ten. And you're talking about we're going to play by any means necessary if we got to run our own schedule and all this and all that. Mm-hmm. You don't have that kind of juice. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have that kind of juice. And again, it's something to me that he was talking about it against somebody who looks like me in that head position. Because I don't think if he would have been that outspoken had it been someone else that they respected and they, gave some kind of, some kind of decorum with. So, yeah, it's a thing for me. I could be dead wrong, but it's a thing for me. It really is. And that's just real talk. That's not playing. That's real talk.
I respectfully, I won't say you're dead wrong. I would never say that, but I would disagree.
And I don't mind being wrong. I'm that guy. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, and I'm open to hearing it.
Yeah. Scott Frost, Nebraska is very. It's Nebraska football 1, Nebraska spring football 2, Nebraska winter conditioning 3. That's what they do. I don't think it was necessarily indictment or a rebuke or a purposeful disagreement of what Kevin Warren was saying. I think Nebraska is just, we want to play, period. And they weren't the only one. Again, it was 11-3. It was 11-3 to play.
Can you agree though? There's a line that you can cross and go too far.
I could say that, but I don't know that his comments did that. Yeah, there is a line. There's always a proverbial line. But what he said, I mean, that's his job to coach football players. I don't. He said he wanted to play.
Yeah. I'm so scared to take this call, but we'll take it in a second. And then there's another thing that I noticed: Scott Frost and his defensive coordinator. No, the offensive guy, the defensive guy for Indiana. They didn't have masks on. I don't understand that. Like you assured us that you had the best interests of the kids at heart, and that was the best and safest place for them. But you don't have a mask on. You're not in a bubble. Mm-hmm. So,
couple things to that. One, he did. He had the ones that he put up. That he pulled it down and talked to the refs a couple times, but majority of the game he had it on.
But now the guy for Indiana didn't have it on at all. He didn't even have the kind that you pull up.
Right. To that point, the Big Ten does not require their coaches to wear masks.
Okay.
That's the issue. Now, most do, but it's not required by the conference.
That's what I didn't know. I don't like that. And, given as careful as the Big Ten has been up to this point, I would have preferred them to require the coaches to wear masks. Because, again, you're not in a bubble. And there's no guarantee where the coaches are going and what they're doing and who they're coming in contact with. And you're definitely blowing that in the face of referees, players, you name it. So, but again, I stand corrected. I did not realize the Big Ten does not require coaches to wear masks. All right, caller, stay right there. I'm scared to see who you are. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get myself together for the very next day, and then I'll come back and we'll take your call. Right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Media Monday.
You know, jealousy, bro. You know, a little jealousy.
Ain't nobody else doing that. They ain't doing that on ESPN.
Hey, Stephen Jones says the Cowboys are going in the right direction despite the 2-5 start.
He did well. He did well.
Again, I say unto you.
How much time we got?
And I want to talk with you
3
about the
minutes.
choice you have next West. I hope you'll vote for MJ Hager. MJ served 3 tours in Afghanistan as a combat search and rescue pilot, receiving a Purple Heart and Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor. She's also a working mom who knows the struggles families face to afford health care, which is why she'll fight to protect the Affordable Care Act. Progress we all worked so hard to achieve, and Republicans keep trying to repeal. And MJ is firmly committed to making the reforms we need to address systemic racism and create a more fair and equitable America. And that's why, whether you vote early or on November 3rd, I hope you'll join me in supporting Democrat MJ Hager.
We need her in the United States Senate, but she needs your vote to get there.
I'm MJ Hagar, and I approve this message.
Use of military record does not imply endorsement from Department of Defense. Paid for by MJ for Texas.
I'm Gary Bledsoe, Texas NAACP president. In my lifetime, we have worked and sacrificed to make real progress. That's right, Gary. I'm Claude Cummings, Vice President of the Communication Workers of America. Our community is under attack again. Our jobs are being exported. The court system has largely turned its back on us, and people need to realize, Claude, is the last election amounts to a true revolution, where all those gains in civil rights and human progress are actually being targeted. I know powers in Washington want to deny health care to working people who have pre-existing conditions, eliminate environmental protections for minority communities. It even encourages racism. We thought those days were gone. Dr. King said the time is always right to do what is right. Let's do what's right. Let's vote and get your family and friends to vote too. If you don't, you should not be surprised to see drastic change in your world. Vote early.
Election day political advertising paid for by the Communications Workers of America.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health insurance for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health insurance for you and your family immediately, starting at just $6 a day. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. That's right, for about $6 a day, you can have guaranteed health insurance. And there's dental, vision, and prescription coverage too. You owe it to yourself and your family to make this free call right now and learn more. There are no deductibles, no waiting period, no contracts, and coverage is guaranteed. Call National Health right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote, starting at just $6 a day. Call now.
800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. That's 800-797-0921. Paid for by Go Health.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Media Monday. Let me go to the phone line, see who we got here. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Uncle Buck, how you doing?
Y'all just let us rest in peace, okay?
Uncle Buck, I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm trying to find out some moves y'all can make so that y'all can turn this thing around.
But I need you to talk to Jerry then, because I did what I could do. We just need to rest in peace. We did.
So you ready to go ahead and forfeit this whole season and see what it looks like after Dak comes back?
That's right. Just put a nail in the coffin. Let us rest.
Wow, Uncle Buck. Go ahead.
We're done.
I mean, and you are probably the biggest Cowboy fan I know. For you to say that, that's serious. So, Uncle Buck, go ahead and give me a sign off if that's the case.
My house is Cowboy blue. My den, Cowboy on the wall, Cowboy on the subject, Cowboy on the recliner. We're done.
Well, I mean, I got nothing on that. This is the biggest Cowboy fan I know, Willie, and he says they're done.
No lie was told.
Uncle Buck, it's official.
All right, it's Uncle Buck. I'm out of here.
All right, Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck he and Aunt Bev are the only two that are in the Lunch Break Caller Hall of Fame. They are the only two that are in the Lunch Break Caller Hall of Fame. And for him to say, as a Cowboy fan, they're done, wow. That's big, man. I mean, I never thought I would see a day when the Cowboys were ready to wrap it up after, 7 games?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a season unlike any other. I mean, you lost beginning of the season, you lost 2 offensive linemen, then you lost a third, then you lost your starting quarterback. Before that, you lost your starting linebacker, you lost your DB. I mean, it's just unprecedented times. So it's at this point, You know, again, with the discrepancy, what they're looking to do, rebuilding that defense.
Right.
You know, I think the issue was CeeDee Lamb. You had to take CeeDee Lamb. You had to last year at 18. You had to. He wasn't supposed to be there when they took him.
Right.
Because that pick was destined to be Caleb Von Chasen, the linebacker pass rusher from LSU. But when CD was there, he had to take him. And then the problem was they never circled back to address the defense. And so here we are. That's what you see.
At the draft point, had they already lost Byron Jones? Had he already signed with Miami?
He had.
Okay. Because, I mean, you say Chasen, and I think they already had Jalen. They already had Van Der Esch. You know, I felt like linebacker was legit, but you saying they were going to take Chasen out of LSU.
Well, yeah, he was going to be the DN opposite Lawrence.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. That's what's crazy about several teams right now. The Texans are done, 1-6. I mean, Ferdinand was right on this one. Ferdinand said he saw him winning 4 games. That's the question mark now. I mean, you know, the Texans would need to play Jacksonville 3 more times to get those 4 wins. So they're done. What do you say about Jacksonville? I mean, obviously, we thought they were going to be the team to tank, but now they're talking about sitting down Minshew and putting somebody else in at quarterback, like they're trying to win. Is that just vibrato, or is that real?
Yeah, I think they have to say that. They have to say that, but I mean they have a trove of picks. They got a lot of picks for Jalen Ramsey. They have the pick from the Rams, the 1st round pick this year. I think a 2nd round pick next year. So those picks are starting to come due. So they don't want to go too far away from the top 5 with their own pick. So they don't want to win. They don't want to win. They've already traded all their dominant players. So
yeah, and I got no respect for them for doing that. But here's my thing: is Doug Marrone the guy you want leading this new crop of players that you're bringing in that's supposedly going to change this culture and turn it around in Jacksonville?
I don't know, but I mean, that remains to be seen. There still could be changes coming there on that side as well.
I really thought Shad Khan was going to be one of those owners to do things differently. He's not.
I think he's an owner, and he hired the best people, air quotes for those that are listening, that he thought would tell him what needed to be done. He's not a football guy. He's a billionaire. He's what ships, I believe, is how he amassed his fortune. Yeah. He's not in scouting meetings and draft prep meetings. I got these guys. They're supposed to tell me.
And he sure did bank on the wrong guy with Tom Coughlin.
That's what happened. Yeah. I was trying not to say it, but that's what happened. Set
teams back for the next 3 to 5 years. Bill O'Brien, I mean, seriously, they need to bring him back, tear his tail up, fire him again, and do it all over again. I mean, he has really set this team up for a 3 to 5 year turnaround. Like, if folks think that this team is going to be better next year, you got a sad thing coming in that you don't have draft picks before the 3rd round. You're well over your salary cap. You got the highest pay. The Texans have the highest payroll in the NFL.
Yep.
What are you going to do with that? How are you going to rebuild this team? Folks keep saying, blow it up, blow it up. I mean, you're not going to get a first for J.J. Watt. You're not going to get a first for Will Fuller. I mean, where are you going to blow it up, and what are you going to get back for whatever it is you blew up?
Yeah, they're not going to get first-round talent or first-round picks back for that talent. No. Whitney Merciless I heard is a name, but we're going to talk about this early or later, I think you said, as far as Odell in Cleveland. Early name I'm hearing as far as replacement is Kenny Stills.
But you're not going to get a or a second for Kenny Stills.
No. But I mean, at this point, they got to restock the cabinet with whatever they can get, because they don't have first or second round picks. But you get 2, 3s. You can package that maybe for a mid-level player down the line, or use those picks. Whoever the GM is.
I was going to say that's what it boils down to too. Is whoever the person doing the grocery shopping, as Bill Parcells like to call it.
Sure. So it remains to be seen.
Yeah. I tell you what, I keep hearing people say that they need to bring in Alonzo Highsmith, and that's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. In fact, I love how Alonzo has been the assistant general manager in Green Bay, been assistant general manager in Cleveland, and been and is now one of the assistant general managers in Seattle. Think he would be a great addition to this team. But I also think Garrett Jones would be the guy, because Garrett Jones has literally been a player, has literally been a commissioner, been a person that's put together an entire league, so had to understand caps, had to understand, finances, had to understand all that, and has still taken classes on top of that to further prepare himself for these opportunities. And I hate it when I hear these folks say, "Oh, but where do you find good, minority talent?" Right there. Those are two real good names for you.
Yeah, I've become familiar with Mr. Jones through your show and our relationship. So I mean, I've heard nothing and believe nothing but good things about him. Zoe, I know a little more personally from my time in his time in Cleveland, time that we spent together. I know he was a candidate before in Houston. I don't know the particulars of why he did not get that job, but goes without saying, I believe he would definitely come in there and do the right thing and hopefully get that ship going in the right direction.
Yeah, and then, where's the general manager from the Giants that was part of the 2 Super Bowl wins over New England? Was it Reese?
Jerry Reese.
How's that guy not in the league?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Jerry is right now. I'll have to look into that, but yeah.
I know the Texans brought him in before they hired Bill O'Brien to be the general manager, and then they also brought in you guys' former general manager, Ray Farmer. Again, here's my thing, and again, I don't hate to be. I don't always want to be the Malcolm X of sports, but the dude made some rookie mistakes, with the texting from the sidelines and what have you. I'm sure you know of the other stuff behind the scenes that he did, but come on now. There are guys in the league that should probably, be banned. There are guys in the league that should be in jail, but for some reason, they all get a pass or another chance. But when it's a Ray Farmer, it's, So what did Ray do that we don't know about?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What did Ray do that we don't know about?
I think Ray, I won't say it's necessarily anything that he did or did not do. I think there were some situations in Cleveland where you had a brand new owner and Jimmy Haslam. And Jimmy Haslam did a lot of things. He's a business owner. He owns he owned, prior to selling them to Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett, truck stops, rest stop areas, Pilot Flying J. So he ran his football team as he ran his Fortune 100 company. And any hint of disagreement, everybody was gone. Everybody. Like for example, have you had lunch yet today, AJ?
No, I haven't. I usually do a late lunch.
Where are you going today?
Home.
Home?
Well,
no,
home.
I want to go to Papa Do's. So now, if you're going home and I want to go to Papa Do's, Jimmy Haslam will hear that, and we're both gone. Literally. Any hint of disenchantment, any hint of disagreement, you're gone. Not one, but all. And so Ray Farmer got caught up. I think that was the Mike Pettin Ray Farmer regime that was fired for that. You also, that's just what he did until people began to pull him aside. Like, look, man, you can't do that here. You can't run an NFL franchise like you do a Fortune 100 company. You can't do that. So now he's his son-in-law, J.W. Johnson, has taken a lot of the day-to-day operations off his plate. He's brought in Andrew Berry. He's brought in a great team. They brought in Kevin Stefanski, and now they're 5-2. So that it took. I mean, you had a new owner that was not new to the league, but new to the majority ownership piece, and he just didn't know.
Okay.
So Ray kind of got caught up in a little bit of that. However, there were some things that he could have done better. The texting thing notwithstanding. But it remains to be seen. I don't think that Ray's still in the Cleveland area. I don't know that Ray is trying to get back into the football piece. I think he's
down here, and I don't know if they talked him into it or what the case was. But
Ray's in the Cleveland area to this day, today. So we'll see.
All right, man. I tell you what, we got to get Sybil Wilkes on. Let's get her in real quick, and then we'll go into the second hour. Let's get back to some of that Big Ten talk. I was going to talk about some real good games. Real good games. Did you see that picture I sent you about?
I did.
All right, we'll talk about that when we come back. It's the lunch break. We got Sybil Wilkes with her update on coronavirus here on the Legendary KYOK. At least I thought we did. And we got nothing. All right, we'll come right back with Sybil Wilkes right after this on the Legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
We got 3 minutes on this one too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
What you need to know. Today is Monday, October 26, 2020. Although most political leaders and analysts aren't calling it upset by Mississippi Democrat Mike Espy in his U.S. Senate race, the African-American candidate's getting some love and donations, too. In this repeat of the 2018 special election, Espy believes the 2020 race against now Senator Hyde Smith could produce a different outcome. The Espy campaign is focused on 100,000 black Mississippi voters who supported then presidential candidate Barack Obama, but have not voted in the last 12 years. With an ongoing surge in the polls and campaign donations, Mike Espy thinks he's in a good position to make history. Number 2. Identified Illinois policeman was fired Friday night following the Tuesday shooting death of a black teenager. 19-year-old Marcellus Stinnett was a passenger in a car driven by his girlfriend when a police officer shot at them. During one of the last protests over the weekend, activist organizations like Black Lives Matter and relatives of the couple have demanded the release of the officer's name, police video of the shooting, and an appointment of a special prosecutor. The shooting occurred in Waukegan, Illinois, about 20 miles from Kenosha, Wisconsin. That's where African-American Jacob Blake was shot and wounded over the summer. Number 3, a new study finds that women of color continue to disproportionately struggle from the economic devastation caused by the pandemic. Since March, 53.6% of black women and 57% of Hispanic women have reported higher rates of food scarcity, missed housing payments, and lost wages than their white counterparts. As of September, the unemployment rate among black women was 11% compared to 7% among white women. Number 4. In September 2019, Detroit resident Mildred Madison fell ill and moved with her son Julian to Illinois. Then the pandemic hit. When her absentee ballot did not arrive, she and her son sprang into action and drove 300 miles one way to vote. Ms. Madison has voted in every election, city, state, county, or national for the last 72 years. She's an inspiration to us all. You gotta get out there and do your civic duty and vote. Number 5, NBA icon Shaquille O'Neal is taking
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
That's my fault.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having Inside Sports with your lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Sorry, I had to cut Sybil Wilkes off. I had to get to the top of the hour. It is our Media Monday. Joining us today is broadcast journalist and member of the media, Mr. Willy Gibson from Columbus, Ohio, home of The Ohio State University, and covers the Cleveland Browns as well as the Big Ten. So, Willie, before the top of the hour, you mentioned that one of the replacements that has come up is a guy here in Houston by the name of Kenny Stills in the form of some type of trade with Cleveland. I heard another show talking about Cleveland already has pretty good depth at wide receiver, so that they might not be in the market for a new wide receiver. I knew I had you coming on, so I'd much rather hear it from you up there than, folks down here that, all they got is their phones and their tablets to be able to scan panning the globe and all that kind of that stuff. You think Cleveland's going to make a move to replace Odell Beckham Jr. given he's out for the year?
I think so. As far as depth at the wide receiver position, Cleveland has 3 wide receivers on their roster right now. Jarvis Landry, Rashard Higgins, and practice squad player Tywon Taylor.
Right.
That's
right.
it.
And they mentioned Tywon Taylor it's like, oh yeah, they got Tywon Taylor. They don't need Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, that's it. Those are the 3.
Yeah.
Total.
I thought so. Again, I wanted to get you on because I knew you would know, because someone made the comment that they would think that trading Will Fuller would get them back a haul that would be, something, maybe a 2 and a 3 or something like that for Will Fuller. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, no, because Will Fuller has been injured. When he's healthy, which is rare, he is a player. But, again, let's not get it twisted. Nobody's going to do the Texans a favor and give them more than what they deserve for the guy, but they'll definitely take the guy.
I'm always leery, going back to Dallas and discussing this trade as well, I'm always leery of mid-season NFL trades because it's just that. It's mid-season. You have 8 weeks. You have to learn a new system, learn a new city. These guys have been in this system since OTAs, training camp, and the first 8 weeks of the season. So how productive or how much of an impact are you really going to make in half a season? So I'm always leery of any NFL trade of impact. You get a piece here, a piece there, back into the roster, but someone that you expect to come in week 9 and make an impact, I'm always highly skeptical of that.
Yeah. And what's crazy is Kenny still seems to be the odd man out because you see Deshaun throwing the ball pretty good yesterday, throwing the ball pretty successfully to Randall Cobb. And a couple of weeks before that, it was definitely Brandon Cooks. And, of course, he's going to find Will Fuller. But, there's just not a lot of targets heading in the direction of Kenny Stills. And I said that when everybody was talking about the Texans having so many more options now without Deshaun Watson, that now he can spread the ball around. There's only so many plays, especially the way the Texans have been playing, for him to get those chances to spread the ball around. And it's looking like Kenny Stills is the guy that's not getting a lot of targets.
Right. I don't know a lot on the day-to-day operations of Houston as you do, but as you said, he's the odd man out. Randall Cobb was the big free agent signing down there, and Cooks in the trade as well. So with Will Fuller, if he can stay healthy, I think Will Fuller can make a difference.
Well, I agree.
As you said, he has to stay healthy. Right.
No doubt about that. And then somebody said that they felt like Cleveland's wide receiver core will probably be better now that Odell Beckham Jr. is not out there.
That's the biggest misnomer because a lot of people, first and foremost, Odell's a good dude. Contrary to what popular opinion may think or say, Odell's a good dude. He does a lot behind the scenes that no one. I know for a fact there's things he's like, don't say it, because he doesn't want to know. I think he relishes. The bad guy role in some respects, but at the end of the day, he's not the guy that he's being portrayed to be. He's a very good guy, awesome talent without question. The misnomer. A lot of people have said, Baker tends to force the ball to Odell, and in turn that causes him to suffer in other aspects of the game. I don't know that to be true. He has to run the play caller calls. So if the play caller is calling that play to go to Odell, it's not Baker forcing the ball to Odell. It's the play caller. Now, I will say this. His rookie year, second half of the rookie year, when he set the rookie record for touchdown passes through for 3,700 yards, he was throwing to Bashard Perryman. He was throwing to Rashard Higgins. So, maybe in the back of his mind, they upgraded the talent around him, and maybe in the back of his mind, he's like, I have to get the ball to Odell. I don't know. But again, Odell's he's one of one, as we like to say. He's a rare talent. He's rare. And I don't know any team that's better when you take a talent like Odell Beckham off the field.
Yeah, you and Todd and David, we've all talked about this at different times. I am not a big fan of a coach that can't coach all of his talent. So when I see a coach that has a ton of talent and he can't figure out how to make that work, I'm not giving him credit because he had too much talent. In fact, again, it gives me a lot more respect for the Pat Rileys, the Eric Spoelstras, Tom Landry, some of those guys back in the day, because they found a way to make it work with everybody in mind. I just, if losing a guy like an Odell Beckham Jr. makes your team better, and your team now doesn't have to quote unquote deal with the diva and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like you, I don't think Odell is as big of a problem as people make him out to be, man. We in the media, we can make you or break you, or at least try to anyway. So I'm just going to be real interested to see what things happen in Cleveland, because again, I got to give you credit, man. 5-2, 7 games in, y'all have only done that.
First time since '94.
Since '94. But it's only been a few times in Cleveland's history. So that says a lot, man. That says a lot.
It's Stefanski. I think he came in and he brought a belief. I mean, it's pretty much the same roster. I mean, he had a couple pieces here and there. The offensive line, credit Andrew Berry for revamping that without question. He came in and drafted the young kid out of Alabama, Willis. He signed Conklin as a free agent from Tennessee. So he's making moves. He brought back Chris Tucker on a restructured deal to keep him in the fold as a swing tackle. So when Teller goes out, he's been filling in at right guard the last 2 games. So I give credit to Andrew Berry for revamping that line, bringing in ancillary pieces here and there. But Stefanski has these guys believing. And with Odell, he sat down with Odell specifically, as well as Baker separately, but specifically chose those 2 and had them buying in. I mean, the play that Odell got hurt, it was early in the first quarter. It was a scripted play. He scripted his first 15 plays. So it was a play where Baker was targeting Odell. Got picked off. Odell's foot. And that turf in Cincinnati is horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. He caught his foot. His heel came up. His toe didn't. And so the torque on his toe forced everything forward. That's when he tore his ACL. But, I mean, Odell was fine. And I think he'll come back next year and be good to go.
Yeah, just because I'm a Cincinnati fan, I want to throw this out to you. Is it because the Bengals are young, or is it because Zach Thomas is inexperienced, or is it because Cleveland made the right adjustments to come back and win that game yesterday?
I think it was a shootout. Number one, they were both going back. Both defenses are bad. Number one, they're bad. Cleveland by injury. Cincinnati maybe a little devoid of talent on that side of the ball. Their offensive line is bad in Cincinnati. I mean, they did a masterful job of mixing up the coverages, keeping Myles Garrett at bay. He had 2 sacks, but everybody thought he was coming in here to tee off on Joe Burrow.
Yeah, like full back.
Right. And they kept him at bay, so to speak. So, was it the lack of adjustment? I won't say that. I think Cleveland just made the plays. Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield started the game 0 for 5. Interception. And he completed his last 22 passes. I know it's 22 out of 23, but I won't count that spike where he stopped the clock late in the drive. So if you want to do that, 22 of 23 to end the game. 5 touchdown passes, 297.
Hey man, I got to be honest. I had to give him credit. Because I was about to tweet out when I saw how he played early. I was about to tweet it out. I was going to send you a message first.
You had to give who credit?
Yeah, give it time.
Who?
I'm giving Baker Mayfield some credit.
Oh, okay.
For
I
that
just wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted you to say it.
For that game.
Okay. I just wanted you to say it. That's it.
Yeah, I said it.
Him is
I'm not
general.
afraid to give credit where credit is due.
Him is general. Him could be, I'm not him. General. That's him. Who's him? That's like they. What they said. Who's they? Yeah. Just saying.
Anyway, I gotta take a break. We're gonna stay in the division. I want to talk about them Pittsburgh Steelers when we come back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all new 92.3 FM. It is Media Monday.
Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher is standing with us for affordable health care, for public education, for making sure every vote is
I'm gonna take it. Thank you.
President Obama support Lizzie Fletcher for Congress. Wesley Hunt stands with Donald Trump. Wesley Hunt wants to repeal Obamacare and deny insurance to people with pre-existing conditions. Vote Lizzie Fletcher for Congress.
I'm Lizzie Fletcher, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Elizabeth Panel Fletcher for Congress.
This is Carl G. Robinson. When people say my vote doesn't matter, when you don't vote, your vote counts against you. The other side gets a vote. If you want to fix our broken criminal justice system and reform your local police department to make it more accountable, you need to vote. If you want to increase economic prosperity in the black community, you need to vote. If you want to protect the right to vote, you need to vote. If you want more funding for our schools, you need to vote. Voting does matter. If Black Lives Matter to you, you need to vote. Early voting begins on October 13th and ends on October 30th. Election day is November 3rd. You need to vote. We all need to vote. If you don't vote, it will matter.
Paid for by the Communications Workers of America, District 6, Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
You're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Media Monday. I'm getting a lot of text messages about the Cowboys, about the Texans agreeing and disagreeing with us. You know how it goes. I mean, there's not much either of those teams can do right now. There's really not much that they can do. Can the Cowboys win the NFC East? Absolutely. I mean, Washington can. But as we said, if they do, does it value them more than if they, kind of play this thing out and end up with a true top 10 pick and can really make a difference on a team that they have the right pieces offensively. They got to fix that defense.
Yeah, and I think the number one step they need to take in fixing the defense is getting the defensive coordinator. I mean, Mike Nolan. Listen, he hadn't coached in the NFL since 2014.
It shows.
And it's a reason. The game's passed him by clearly. I mean, I talk about this all the time. As with anything, the NFL is about relationships. Mike McCarthy was the offensive coordinator in San Francisco when Mike Nolan was the head coach. So now Mike McCarthy gets a job. Hey, you my guy. You brought me in. Let me bring you in. It's relationship. I get it. But it's clear after 7 games. It was clear after 3. Mike Nolan is not the answer.
Right.
And it'd be interesting for me, talk about changes that Jerry could make. Be interesting for me to see if Mike Nolan lasts the season. For that matter, let alone Mike McCarthy.
I was just going to say that. Is there a number that Mike McCarthy can pass that makes his job be in jeopardy this season?
I think, and you know how this goes. I think what would have to happen is Jerry will go to him and tell him, I need you to make a change in defensive coordinator. And either it's his option to accept that directive and make the change, or, for lack of a better term, fall on the sword for his guy and say, no, I'm not going to make the change. And in that instance, Jerry gets rid of both of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. Pittsburgh, are they the best team in the NFL? Are they the best team in the AFC? Are they the best team in the AFC North?
First 2, no. Second, third one, yes.
All right. Can you tell me why Willy Gibson, broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio, home of the Ohio State University, Almighty? Why are they not little school days for you? Why are they not the best team in the NFL? Why are they not the best team in the AFC?
In the AFC, there's a young man, number 15 in red, in Kansas City. That has something to do with that. So I would say Kansas City.
What's his name?
Patrick. Don't call him Pat. His mama don't like you calling him Pat.
Like that, boy. His mama said, if these announcers call my son Pat one more time, and she had the nerve to go off on somebody yesterday. She was like, if y'all hit my son one more time, I'm suiting up. I'm getting out there. I was like, what, Mrs. Mahomes, you are the business.
Yeah, mama don't play that.
I love following her.
Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes has something to do with why they're not the best team in the AFC. And I think they played later on in the season, if I'm right. I know they played Baltimore, so I don't know if they played the AFC North. I know they played Baltimore. So I'm interested to see if they play the AFC North, or if that was just a one-off.
AFC, Kansas City Chiefs schedule. Kansas City has left the Jets, Panthers, Raiders, Buccaneers, Broncos, Dolphins, Saints, Falcons, Chargers. They're going to run the table. Hey, their toughest game coming up is Tampa, and that's at Tampa.
Well, they lost to the Raiders already, so that's one.
They ain't going to lose to them again.
Yeah, true.
They lose to them twice.
Speaking of the Raiders, that's who's in Cleveland Sunday, so that'll be interesting.
You know, I haven't bought into the Raiders yet, right?
I don't know who has.
Okay.
I don't know who has.
Okay.
Truthfully,
yeah.
Looking at Cleveland's schedule. Speaking of schedules, you're looking at Cleveland's schedule. Cleveland honestly could go at worst 10-6. I'm calling 11-5.
I believe that. I said that Cleveland's schedule opens up for them very nice for the rest of the season. It really does. This team could finally win more games than they lose for the first time in how long?
Oh man, I think 2003.
Brian Hoyer, last quarterback. Remember they were 7-5.
Right, and then they played Johnny Manziel, and they lost 5 straight. Yeah, so they didn't finish.
Okay, you might be right. Hoyer said, "I'll set the table for y'all. Y'all be doggone if y'all didn't mess up."
Yeah, he was 7-4. Again, coming from upstairs.
Yep.
You know, Ray Farmer got on the phone, said, "Hey, I need you to play Johnny."
You know what? You just gonna bury that black man.
The truth has to be told.
You gonna bury that black man?
No.
Ray Farmer said, "All's my life I was at night, and you are both to beat me."
He was a GM. He made the call.
I'll guarantee you, your boy.
I take it back. Let me correct that. He didn't make the call. He made the text.
Oh, Jimmy Haslam.
He made the text. My fault. He didn't make the call.
Jerry Jones and Jimmy Haslam have a child, and the child's name was Jerry Haslam.
Yeah.
And
he didn't make the call. He made the text. My bad. He made the text.
All right. So Pittsburgh, best team in the AFC North, not the best team in the NFL, not the best team in the AFC. Yeah. According to you, who's the best team in the NFL?
Right now.
Right this second.
Yeah, I would probably go Green Bay.
My back hurts.
Yeah.
My back.
I would go Green Bay.
I can't carry this. There's no carrying this.
Yeah.
Okay, let me can I just go to the NFL.com?
Yep.
Hold on.
I'm doing this because I'm not giving you what you want. That's why.
Is that all you're doing? Why are you doing this to me, man? You know I'm not well. I'm playing hurt.
Yeah.
Steelers number 1, Kansas City 6-1 number 2, Baltimore 5-1 number 3, the Bears 5-1 number 4, Green Bay 5-1 number 5, Seattle 5. Can I just say something real quick? Yeah. I had to look at Seattle's schedule and their record because I thought they lost their 8th game in a row. The way folks were coming for them last night.
Yeah.
They're 5 and say it with me, 1.
Yeah. That defense is awful though.
First game of the season against a pretty good Arizona team.
Who coaches Arizona?
Say that because of Kingsbury, but Kyler Murray is a player, and I'll be doggone if he didn't get more play. Man, listen, let me tell you, I love that receiving core. I love Kenyon Drake, and that defense ain't bad. So your boy done lucked into one.
I think they got the league's leading receiver, if I remember right. I think they have the league's leading receiver in Arizona.
Yeah,
I think you know.
It's top 10.
Yeah.
Their defense top 5 or top, and they got my boy over there running the. Excuse me, I want to call another black man boy. They got my guy over there running the defense. I'm loving what Vance Joseph is doing with that defense over there. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arizona's doing well. I mean, that's kind of Cliff Kingsbury was brought in for Kyler Murray. That's exactly why he was brought in. That offense.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle did not lose to the Texans. Seattle did not lose to Jacksonville. Seattle did not lose to Atlanta. Seattle lost to Arizona. They're 5-1. They did not die. Hey,
no.
Fitz has problems, but they were up against a pretty formidable offense. Quick 2 commercials. We'll be right back with more. Willy Gibson with us on Media Monday here on the lunch break.
If you think things cannot possibly get worse, trust me, they can and they will if we don't make a change in this election. It is up to us.
Are we good?
Vote for every Democrat, start to finish. You can vote early from October 13th through the 30th or on Election Day, November 3rd.
We have to vote in numbers that cannot be ignored.
Paid for by the first Tuesday back, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
All right, it's election time, which means political ads are everywhere. But there's a reason for that. This is important. We have a president who is a straight up racist, who uses racist language and attacks to divide Americans against each other. We don't just need a new president, we need leaders who aren't afraid to stand up to Trump. But our senator, Republican John Cornyn, he votes with Donald Trump more than 95% of the time. So what do we do about it? We vote for Democrat MJ Hagar. MJ is a combat veteran and is a working mom who knows healthcare costs are out of control. She'll fight for affordable healthcare, cheaper prescription drug prices, and protect people with pre-existing conditions. And she's endorsed by President Obama. But most importantly, she's got the courage to stand up to Donald Trump. So vote. Vote Democrat, all the way down the ballot. And vote for Democrat MJ Hagar for U.S. Senate.
I'm MJ Hagar, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by MJ for Texas.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
Now is a great time to replace your worn-out windows during the renewal by
Hey,
Anderson
call me later. We'll talk about Ray Farmer. I'll tell you the real.
today. Buy 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Plus, get 12 months with no interest, no money down, and no payments. Call now. Get 4 windows and get the 5th one free.
I'm just saying, man.
Warranty included.
Black, brown, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. I got to tell the truth.
I got to call Chris Gardner back to find out what's up with the
25 years, people have
Yeah, let me know about that one, bro. I want to know that one. My mind, I don't want my mind to play tricks on me. I just want to know. I don't want to speculate.
800-245-1537.
I don't want to speculate.
I've already made up a whole story.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I know me. I don't want to do that.
1537. That's 800-245-1537. Interest accrues from date of purchase, but is waived if paid in full within 12 months. Other conditions apply. We've adjusted our operations to serve you safely following all CDC guidelines. Visit renewalbyanderson.com for details.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is Media Monday. I've got Willy Gibson sitting in with us here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. David Grubb had to tap out. He'll be back on Wednesday. Willie will be back on Wednesday. It'll be the battle. It'll be the showdown. It'll be, let's get it on. We get ready to go. We gotta do it. We in the shelter. Papa Doc, choose something.
That's what it is. Clarence?
You don't know nothing about that 8 Mile. Don't try to come for me on 8 Mile.
Clarence coming on Wednesday? Clarence Day with the Clarence Day? What are we doing?
Oh.
What are we doing?
Oh my goodness, man.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm asking.
The battle.
No, I'm asking. Let me ask a question.
It's the battle. We're just gonna battle, man.
Yeah, okay.
I signed you up for the battle.
All right.
You grab it.
All right. Clarence is coming. Gotcha.
All right, man. I'm just telling you, man. Don't get him before he gets you, and he ain't got nothing to say, and everybody be talking about what.
The truth must be told.
Bro, you gonna make me go watch that movie again, man. You gonna make me go watch my movie again. All right, stop it. So before the break, listen, tell the truth. Pittsburgh is the best team in the league right now, right?
They have a great defense. Ben's throwing to a complement of offensive weapons. Running game is solid. Yeah.
I'll even take you a step further. Everybody's talking about who's the best top 5 in the league right now. Change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your top 5 head coaches right now. Top 5. Order, top of your head.
Yeah, I'll go Tom. Tom's in that. Tom's in that. Andy Reid's in that.
Okay.
You know what? 5 and 2. I'm gonna put Stefanski in there right now.
I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to get beat because, again, as I look at record right now, the record might not represent how well a coach is doing right now. And Stefanski has done something in Cleveland that even Bill Belichick couldn't do. So, okay.
Yeah. Mike Vrabel.
Got to put him in there.
Buckeye. And I didn't hear it.
I said I hate that part.
Oh, okay. Kid from Akron on top of that.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. And let's see. 5. I'm going to go Harbaugh, bro. People hate on him.
John Harbaugh?
Yeah, I'm going to go John. NFL, yeah, John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I'm going to go John.
Let me look at this. Let me look at this. All right, here's what I got.
So that's 3 in the AFC North. 3 to 5 out the AFC North. That's not biased. This is what it is.
I'm just glad to see you put Tomlin in there because a lot of people are not giving Tomlin the respect he deserves. Mm-hmm. Tomlin quietly helped rebuild this team, coach these cats up, and you could see it coming last year because if they had something other than a duck and a racist, they would have been there in the playoffs last year. So Tomlin right now is coaching, contrary to Terry Bradshaw, who can't spell cat. If you spot him the C and the A, listen, he is coaching his tail off. So he's in there, number one. I mean, I'm not saying number one, but he's in there. Andy Reid, you got to put in there. You said who? Oh, you put Stefanski in there. You put Vrabel in there.
Yep.
Here's the name that I wanna ask you. What's going on with the head coach of the Bears right now?
Matt Nagy. I mean, he's 5-1.
Bruh. With who at quarterback?
Nick Foles. Yeah. We'll see tonight.
And I know people want me to go ahead and put your boy Cliff Kingsbury in there, but y'all will have to pry that out of my. I ain't speaking death on me. You got to pry that one out of my hands, and I ain't letting go of that one.
We'll go maybe 6 through 10. I'll get Cliff in there. Special K, double K.
He ain't in my top 10.
Not 10? Okay.
No, he ain't in my top 10 because I'm not giving a guy credit for falling into that blessing right there. It took me a while to give Steve Kerr. When I started appreciating Steve Kerr as a head coach? When all his dudes went down and he still beat the Rockets. I said, now Steve Kerr coached. He really, really, really coached. But all that other stuff, he fell into that.
So how Cliff Kingsbury fall into this?
Oh, he fell into that. He shouldn't even have a job in the NFL. Not as a head coach.
What did he fall into? Josh Rosen was his quarterback when he got
there. A job.
I disagree with that one.
I'm not going to do it. You're not going to get it out of me.
Counselor. He's there. Kyler Murray's there because of his offense.
If you take him out, would that team still be as good as they are?
No, because it's his offense. Here's my Kyler Murray can't put Kyler Murray in another offense in the NFL.
Now, hold on. It's his offense.
Mm-hmm.
His offense got figured out in college.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in for a second. Let it breathe. His offense got figured out in college. So now you got to say it's not just his offense. Mm-hmm. It is also the players. So you mean to tell me that somebody can come in with those players and be 5-2 right now?
Did his offense get figured out in college, or could he not get players to come to Lubbock, Texas? You tell me. Lubbock, Texas?
All I know is wasn't nobody scared to go up to Lubbock. Wasn't nobody scared for Lubbock to come to them.
Right.
So whether it have been players, whether it been whatever, I know nobody was saying, hey, we want to make him a head coach at Kansas or Kansas State or Iowa State. In fact, UCLA brought him in as their what? Offensive coordinator.
Yeah, USC.
Let's try that offense with our players. And then all of a sudden he got the phone call of his life.
Yeah.
His godfather showed up.
That's what it was?
Man.
So is Scott Frost now Cliff Kingsbury? He got one for you too?
Bruh,
he got one. He took one from you too?
People in this sport that got godfathers who be like, listen, I need you to take care of my godson. I know he can't coach, but make him look good. And the boys will owe you one. And oh yeah, the boys don't like to owe.
That's what it is? Wow. Fair enough. I don't see it that way.
I know you don't. I know you don't, bro. You are a good deacon. I mean that. You are a good deacon. I do. I wish I had more deacons like you. I do.
Got you.
Because you are the good side of everything that's wrong with me.
All right.
You
said that. I didn't say that.
Tell me about this game we saw with Penn State and Indiana. There are two players today that are being accused of having cost their teams the game.
Yep.
One of them is at Penn State, the running back.
Yep.
The other one is Todd Gurley with Atlanta. I think that's the dumbest statement in the world. Let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it is not easy to just stop your momentum and not score, number one. Number two, if the head coach didn't reemphasize or the offensive coordinator didn't reemphasize, don't do that. I don't care if they push you in the end zone, you punch them in the mouth and don't fall in the end zone. I understand what James Franklin said, that we had just talked about that and the player knew and what have you. But to blame those two players for costing their teams the game, did they forget about the other 49 or 59 other plays that were run in the game?
Yeah, I won't go that far as to say costing the game. However, it's situational football, and you got to know that. Yeah, you got to know that. You got to know. Did he not find it strange that nobody from Indiana from the 14-yard line, no one?
You on? They're like, go,
right,
go.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that And then once he realized it, he's on the goal line and he was too late. But yeah, you got to get to like the 6 or the 8. You got to go down. You got to go down.
But again, to the point of they cost, because I just saw an article, Todd Gurley's blah, 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 cost the Falcons a game.
Right.
You still have a chance to stop the other team.
Yeah.
They don't automatically get a touchdown because you scored that touchdown. Am I right?
Sure, without question. Yeah.
This whole cost us a game, that's journalism. That's clickbait. That's all that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, but like you said, situational football, this is where, if we were talking another sport, basketball, this is where I give more credit to the European kids and young people that come over because they got those kind of fundamental situational things down. You know, my son played AAU. My son was a 4-star, 5-star, depending upon whose thing you were looking at, recruit. He was a nerd, so he studied that kind of stuff. But as far as most of the kids out there nowadays, they're not taught that, and they're not thinking that.
That's right. But you know, James Franklin, he heard him too late because he's screaming, "Get down, get down, get down."
Right.
That's the kid, Devin Ford, I believe his name is. Once he caught it and he heard it, his momentum carried him over the plane. So,
and Gurley tried to fall.
Right.
The ball crossed the plane when he fell.
Right. Got to keep it in the outside hand, man. That's
yeah. But back to that. What a game, man. What a game. And I said before the game was over, Penn State is legit.
Yeah.
And Indiana is going to make some big noise in the Big Ten as well.
We talked about that Thursday. You asked me who the sleeper was. I said Tom Allen has that team in Indiana going well. But it's unfortunate. You know, Penn State came into the preseason with the hype and what they're going to do, and they're going to start 0-2. It's kind of unfortunate that it's going to go down like that.
Because Ohio State's going to beat them this week. So you're right. They're going to beat them.
Without question.
But that kid, quarterback for Indiana, I like him because that young man,
Michael Penix,
to put that game on his shoulder, he's like, I don't see nobody open. I'm finna get it in. I'm going to get it in. And that leap, regardless of whether it was out of bounds or not, it was too close of a play, you know, for them to take it away from him. But, I mean, what a play. What a play and what a player.
Yeah, he made the play. I mean, you know, it's not his fault replay got it wrong. I mean, he made a play. He made a play.
They definitely got it wrong. I mean, again, I blew that thing up and posted it. And, I mean, the kid's arm is laying out of bounds with the ball in his hands. And they called it, a good play. Let me blow it up and put it right there. I mean, again, can they see that or is it a glare? That's out of bounds, folks.
Yeah.
That's out of bounds all day, every day.
Yeah.
And because it was a bang play, it out of bounds and then it hit the pylon, you know, they decided to stick with it.
And before that, if you look at his knee is down. Before he shorted the pylon when his knee hit. Yeah. So, I mean, all the way around, they just blew it. But, hey, on to the next one.
Yeah, and that's true. And again, Penn State will be back. You know, they'll probably lose those early too, and they could run the table from there. I was a little disappointed in Minnesota, or should I have been impressed with Michigan?
I think this week. I mean, it's mid-October, granted, end of October in some respects, but I mean, it's the season opener. You got to think no camp. You know, they found out late they were going to play. I mean, Ohio State has some things to work on. They got some things on film to get ready for Penn State. I mean, the season opener for Ohio State was supposed to be Bowling Green, and it started with Nebraska. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're going to see those early hiccups, if you will. I mean, now I think the biggest improvement is going to be from week 1 to week 2. I mean, Minnesota, you know, Michigan came in there and they struggled early. Minnesota had them on the ropes early, and then they, you know, righted themselves and got ready. So, I mean, the more reps you get, I think from week 1 to week 2 is you'll see the most improvement.
Yeah, obviously Ohio State up to number 3 in the polls after the beatdown over Nebraska. The only part I'm really concerned about with Ohio State is the running game. Yeah, I don't see a legit replacement yet for the kid over in Baltimore just yet.
Hey, J.K. Dobbins, and there's not. That was the issue coming in March in original spring ball was who's going to take over the running back spot. That's what freshman We got the grad transfer Sermon from Trey Sermon from Oklahoma, Master Teagues. I really do. I hate to be critical of college kids. I truly do, but I just don't know that he is the answer as a full-time back. He did well in spells last year when he spelled J.K. Dobbins. He came in and ran for 1,000 yards, but J.K. ran for 2,000.
Right.
So he's the backup now, and he tore his Achilles the first play of spring ball in March. So he was not playing this year. Had it not been for this delay, Master Teague he wouldn't have been playing. So it remains to be seen. Hopefully they can get it together, this week. And Mylan Williams is a freshman from Cincinnati. Mylan Williams that could be in the mix here before too long.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more out of that running game. Let me get a quick couple of commercials in. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Don't forget, early voting is going on now. You can vote till October the 30th. In fact, guess what? This is the last week to early vote. This is the last week to early vote because next Tuesday, not tomorrow, but Tuesday after that is Election Day. We'll be back with more right after this on the lunch break.
I'm Gary Bledsoe, Texas NAACP president.
You coming back with Ohio State again? I got a couple of things I want to get in, but I did.
That's right, Gary. I'm Claude Cummings, Vice President of the Communication Workers of America. Our community is under attack again. Our jobs are being exported. The court system has largely turned its back on us, and people need to realize, Claude, is the last election amounts to a true revolution, where all those gains in civil rights and human progress are actually being targeted. I know powers in Washington won't deny health care to working people who have pre-existing conditions, eliminate environmental protections for minority communities. It even encourages racism. We thought those days were gone. Dr. King said the time is always right to do what is right. Let's do what's right. Let's vote and get your family and friends to vote too. If you don't, you should not be surprised to see drastic changes in your world. Vote early or on Election Day.
Political advertising paid for by the Communications Workers of America.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
This is Barack Obama, and I want to talk with you about the choice you have for your next U.S. Senator. I hope you'll vote for M.J. Hager. MJ served 3 tours in Afghanistan as a combat search and rescue pilot, receiving a Purple Heart and Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor. She's also a working mom who knows the struggles families face to afford health care, which is why she'll fight to protect the Affordable Care Act. Progress we all worked so hard to achieve, and Republicans keep trying to repeal. And MJ is firmly committed to making the reforms we need to address systemic racism and create a more fair and equitable America.
You mean from COVID?
Vote early or on November 3rd. I hope you'll join me.
Those opt-outs.
Don't let that be an excuse.
We need her in the United States Senate.
Yeah, I think those opt-outs.
Get there.
Those opt-outs are received. I mean, the old lineman, Marcus Cannon, that's a huge problem for him.
Department of Defense.
Not being there.
MJ
He's not being protected. You think about it, the rush is right up in his face every time he throws.
For as little as $6 a day. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, the health, and then they didn't practice. Not only did they didn't have it, they couldn't open the facility.
Guaranteed,
so,
regardless of your
I don't know.
That's right. For about $6 a day, you can have guaranteed health insurance. And there's dental, vision, and prescription coverage too. You owe it to yourself and your family to make this free call right now and learn more. There are no deductibles, no waiting period, no contracts, and coverage is guaranteed. Call National Health right now for your risk-free guaranteed health insurance quote starting at just $6 a day. Call now.
800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. That's 800-797-0921. Paid for by GoHealth.
The lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. We are back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's our Media Monday. And before I let Willy Gibson hit what he wanted to hit, I got to give some love to our high school teams that are in the national rankings. North Shore, number 2 in the country. Let's see. They beat Beaumont Westbrook 54-15, so they ain't going nowhere. And then if you go down to number 7, a team that I'm not really a fan of, the Katy Tigers improved to 4-0 by beating Cinco Ranch 41-0. They'll take on Dickinson next week. That'll be a pretty good one. Dickinson ain't bad. Let me see if there's any Cleveland or Columbus teams. Duncanville from up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they beat Waco 56-9. They're number 12 in the country. Ryan is up in Denton, Texas. They're 4-0. They beat Wakeland up in Frisco 41-3. Pickerington Central.
Yeah, Pick Central. Yep.
Yeah, Pick Central. They're 9-0. They beat Hillard Bradley 34-7, and they'll take on Westerville Central next week.
Yep.
And let's see, anybody else? Anybody else? We got another Texas team, Allen, Texas. They were idle. They are up in one of those areas that's been hit hard by COVID. They've only played 2 games.
Yeah.
They've only played 2 games. Archbishop Hoban or Hoban.
Akron. Yeah, Hoban. It's Hoban.
Okay. They're 7-0. They beat Mayfield 42-0. They got a tough one. They got Benedictine. Yep. Are they good this year? Because they normally are.
Benedictine or Hoban?
Benedictine.
I don't know. I they're up north. I haven't done a lot of research up there.
All right.
But Hoban is a recruiter. I'll say that.
Okay.
Private school, parochial school. So we'll leave it there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I got you.
You feel me? Yeah.
Austin Westlake 4-0. They were idle. They're going to take on Buda Hayes. That'll be interesting. And that's it, bro. Texas owns the top 25 in high school football.
That's what
Texas
they should.
Owns the top 25 in high school football.
Yeah, we love your receivers up here in Ohio. We love your receivers up here at Ohio State.
Oh, I didn't say that the state of Texas can recruit now. I didn't say nothing. UT, A&M, I didn't say nothing about them being able to recruit. I'm saying high school football.
Yeah.
We own the top 25.
We stand to benefit from that greatly.
Hey, man, I'm telling you. And again, whenever I hear, well, never mind. I'm going to stop. Okay, you wanted to bring up a couple of things. What's up?
Yeah, just, we talk about on the field accolades all the time, as well we should. But bear in mind that these are student athletes. Just want to bring up a couple of things for Ohio State football. Last semester, spring semester, 48 players had 3.0 GPAs and above on that team, which, is in and of itself an accomplishment, but let alone going through a global pandemic. And then on Saturday, you had 10 graduates on that played in the game on Saturday. Already have the degrees from The Ohio State University, working on postgraduate studies. So
I ain't mad at all. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up because, like you said, man, it's a lot of times we just talk about the game, but that's the kind of stuff, man, that just makes you proud right there.
One last thing. I'm sorry. I apologize. It escaped me. Haskell Garrett, senior defensive tackle, Las Vegas, Nevada. 2 sacks. Awesome story. He, in August, I think it was August 31st, actually, was walking home to his apartment at night. Came across a man and a woman arguing. Man was physically assaulting a woman. He asked the man, stop, leave her alone. Gun is pulled. He's shot in the face. Haskell Garrett shot in the face. The bullet went through one cheek, came out the other. Recovered, and he started on Saturday. 2 sacks. So Haskell Garrett, got to give much love to him on his recovery and a successful season.
That's outstanding, man. That's outstanding. There's a guy here played at Purdue, Carl Landry, that played with the Rockets. He was walking somewhere after a game, and somebody tried to rob him, and he got shot through his calf muscle. And Carl and I got to be kind of close because first thing I said to him was, "Can I pray for you?" And he looked at me like, "What?" Because we were in the middle of a radio pool, so you had a bunch of guys with their microphone. I said, "Man, can I pray for you? I mean, your life, could have been taken." He's like, "Yeah, let's do that." And everybody scattered like like I did something wrong, which was fine by me because guess what? I got unhindered time with Carl. And even when he went to New Orleans, I went over and I would always ask him, "Man, how's your leg doing? How you recovering? And how's your because he was a little fearful after that."
Sure.
And
absolutely.
You minding your own business, you get shot through your face. I mean, good to see him out there. It's not easy to play on that level through a situation like that. So, man, Willie, you all right with me, man. Thanks for sharing that kind of stuff. That's right up my alley, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate the platform.
No problem. All right. So Ohio State, cream of the crop in the Big Ten. Wisconsin, number 2 right now this week?
Maybe. We'll see. There's some reports that their starting quarterback who went 21-22 on Friday night tested positive for COVID.
Oh,
Joe. We shall see.
Number 3, Michigan or somebody else?
Yeah, I would throw Michigan in there. All
right. And then number 4.
Throw Michigan. I can't throw Michigan State because they lost.
Yeah.
They lost. Rutgers beat the brakes off of them at home. Yeah, I would. You know what? It's early. I'm still gonna go Penn State.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. How far Penn State fell after a tough loss.
Yeah.
That really could have went the other way. Okay. All right. That's all I want to get to. All right. So let's jump over to the World Series, man. What about those LA Dodgers after a heartbreaking loss on Saturday when a throwing or fielding error basically cost you that would cost you the game. I mean, that would literally cost you the game. And then they bounce back the night later and hold on for a 4-2 victory. They're now 1 win away from legitimately winning a World Series.
Had to throw that jab.
I got to. Hey, listen to me. There are 2 people that are not going to get away with it down here, Bill O'Brien and Jeff Luhnow. AJ Hinch, I'll be all right if he gets another job in Major League Baseball because he owned it. I should have stopped it. I didn't. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And I knew about it, and I didn't stop it. Luhnow's going with it. I didn't know. So those 2, they ain't getting away with it, bro. I'm sorry. They cheated. You didn't have to, and now here we are. The Dodgers are legitimately winning a World Series with great pitching and good hitting. But Tampa is for real, man. Them cats just don't give up.
Yeah, they are. That squad is, $75 million payroll, which sounds like a lot. But in baseball is lower third.
Right.
I think the Dodgers are $215 million tops in the league. Right. So it's supposed to be a sweep based on numbers, but these cats just won't go away. They won't go away.
Tampa has 27 hits.
Yeah, Randy. I won't try to say his last name. Yeah,
bruh. Is it time to start walking him? We're just gonna put him on.
It might be.
Around him, pitch around him. We'll take our chances with whoever's there. How big was the attempted steal at the plate? Did you have a problem with that call?
I did because it was rolled. He made the call on his own. It wasn't a coach's call. He saw something. Now, granted, Kershaw was going high up, and if you looked, he had a shot. Because before he made the steal, I'm kind of watching it like, man, I don't watch Clayton Kershaw closely. I don't really watch baseball a lot till this time of the year anyway. But I'm like, does he always pitch going high up like that? And he saw something. The player saw something, and he took a shot. Now, the only problem I had with it is it was 2 outs, and he ran himself out the inning. So perhaps he could have used a little more judgment from that perspective. But yeah, I was interested.
Willy Gibson, I'm going to tell you, and I'm not just disagreeing with you. I loved it because the condition was absolutely right, but it took a perfect adjustment and throw from Kershaw to get him. And they still only got him by that much because, again, he was not being held on by the third baseman. There was no way the third baseman was going to sneak behind him and cover the bag. So that gave him an extended lead. Kershaw, being a lefty, had his back to him, like you said, did the high windup and was looking at first base. So he was literally in a blind spot. So by the time the first baseman alerted Kershaw to throw the ball to the plate, it's got to be a heck of a throw to get me. It just happened to be, and in the right place for the catcher to get it. Because if it had been a high throw, he slides in.
He's there.
But he put in the only place he could throw it to get him out. great play, man. If you get me on a play like that, you got me. You got me. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the young man for making a play. I'm like this, man. We always get on these coaches for being too conservative. And when something like that happens, man, you got to take your hat off to him. Who you think wins tomorrow night?
You know what? It's a bullpen game for the Dodgers. So, you know, and Blake Snell is going for Tampa. I hate to say it. I think it's going to be a Game 7. I want the Dodgers to win, but I think it's going to be a Game 7.
Earlier shows, I think it goes 7, and I'm not mad about it. I'm looking for some more baseball. Who would believe that baseball and basketball's playoffs would have both been this good?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Maybe some proponents for a shortened season in baseball would look to this as, see, this is what can happen.
Well, man, I tell you what, we got to go. So, Willie, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you until we see each other again on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, sure. Appreciate it. Will Gibson 7 on IG as well as Twitter. And Facebook is Willy Gibson, Willie with a Y.
Willie, what are you working on right now, and what can we look for you, for you?
Yeah, I'm working on definitely the podcast is under construction, looking to launch here in the near future. Actually, Facebook page for that is Will Knows. So if you want to look at that as well, that's something that we'll be having here, hopefully shortly in the near future.
Outstanding, man. I will definitely be supporting, and anything I can do, man, you just let me know, okay?
Appreciate you.
Willy Gibson.
Appreciate you.
We will talk to him again on Wednesday. Lord say the same, brother. Have a good rest of your day. And what's your dog's name?
Bailey.
Bailey. Tell Bailey we said hey, and thanks for joining us on the show today.
All right, boss. I appreciate you.
All right. Before we got to go, y'all stay safe out there as always. Let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Lambert Liquidators es ahora LL Florida, porque nuestro objetivo es...
What in the world? Sybil Wilkes decided to start speaking Spanish on me, and that never worked. So let's see.
The opportunity to get claims through the typically busy holiday travel season. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said that negotiators are still working toward an agreement for a coronavirus stimulus package. She said she still hopes the stimulus package can be passed before Election Day, adding she and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin will soon be ready to put pen to paper for that legislation. Please visit SybilWilkes.com to subscribe to my free daily newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
I don't know what she got going on. Have a good one, brother. We'll talk to you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry about that Sybil Wilkes. I don't know what the story was with that. But anyway, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There is nothing you can do about it except vote like we've never voted before. John Lewis said that, and that's what I need everybody to do. Vote, vote, vote. Didn't tell you who to vote for, just told you to vote. Also want to thank U.S. Congressman Al Green for dropping by my church yesterday, and we're going to have a free coronavirus testing facility and food distribution this coming Saturday at Cullen from 8 a.m. Central to 4 p.m. And anybody, don't have to be a member of the church, just come by. You can get tested for free. You don't have to pre-register. And if you need food or somebody that's with you need food, we'll load you up and you'll be ready to go. So again, not this, definitely this. I do. I love you. Y'all take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow.